feel great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of invasion. Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. My name is Jim Hacking. This is episode number 745 of the Immigration Answer Show. Today is January 21st, 2025. How about that? How's everybody doing? What's going on with all of you? It's still really cold here in St. Louis. I don't know what's going on. I hear it's snowing in New Orleans. What the hell? That's something else. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. I'll be here for the next hour trying to answer your immigration law-related questions. Amani is on assignment. Nora and I just had dinner with my mother, and I will be here for the next hour to try to answer your questions. Let's see who's here. Kwaku is here. Hello, Kwaku. Whistling says hello. Lindy says hello. Dammy is here. Dr. Nasir. Ella says hello from Los Angeles. Hope you're staying safe, Ella. Have the fires died down? I think they have, but I don't know for sure. I'm trying to stay off the news as much as I can. Lulu is here. Ryan is here. Rajab is here. Donna's saying hello from Jamaica. I bet it's nice and warm in Jamaica tonight. Nomo Do says hello. Clayton is saying hello from Detroit City. I bet it's cold in Detroit City. Rajneesh is here. Oh, yeah. Omar wants to know where's the link. I will get that for you now. Let me put that in the comments. I'm a one-man show when I do it at night. Here is the link to join the waiting room. Control V, Control A, Control C. All right. Saya says hello. Mario's here. Doris, Nasdas. Joanne is saying, Joanna's rubbing it in. Watching from warm St. Kitts. Warm St. Kitts. Maria is here. Joseph E. Scott. What's up, Jim? I have an ongoing case. Will Trump delay everything, even the cases before his assumption of office? Yes, he will. What are your thoughts coming back to the United States with advanced parole? My thoughts are, Salah, hurry up. Get back sooner rather than later. That's what I would say. 82 degrees in Buenos Aires. Yes, I heard from the team today that it's very hot down there. Roy is in class. Hello, Roy, in Schenectady. Roy, I don't know if I told you, but I was up in Syracuse. I don't think we went by Schenectady, but it sure was snowy. We got a Kenyan and Jamaican. Hello, Priscilla. Eddie Sumbo is here. Julian says, hello from the middle of the night in London where I'm trying to fall asleep. Well, Julian, hopefully we can help you fall asleep. Hope says hello. We got Andy and Philip. Big up from Donna. Thank you, Donna. We got Chicago in the house. We got Phoenix. Big ups, Phoenix. Anne Marie is here. Z is here. And Torty is here. Oh, there's a whole bunch of people. Well, welcome, everybody. If you're new to the show, please go ahead and introduce ourselves. We have a great community here. The chat is sort of a separate function of the show. The people in the chat usually aren't even talking about what we talk about here. So we'll just have to say hello, and we're going to go ahead and get started with Can. Hello, Can.
Hi, Mr. Jim. Good evening.
How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
Sure.
I just have one question to you because I was in the process of my adjustment of status. I did my interview last August 10, 2024.
Okay.
And then my I-130 and I-485 was approved on the spot. But up until now, I didn't receive my physical green card. So that's my question. Like,
have you received approval notices, or they just told you it was approved?
Yeah, a week after, like August 21, I received my approval notice.
For both cases?
For both I-485.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they had to approve the I-130 to approve the 45. So it's been November, December, January, 90 days?
Yes, it's more than that actually, because and then the only problem that I think of is like a week after I receive my notice, we transfer, a different address. So
Oh
I
no!
was thinking,
Why'd you do that? That was a bad move.
yeah, but
So here's the question though. Did what does the online portal say? Does it say that it's been sent, or does it still say that it's just says approved?
it's just approved.
Okay,
And yeah, the three, because we filed concurrently, and
sure,
three of the cases are approved, but they canceled the travel. I forgot the term, the travel application that we had.
sure,
They canceled. Yeah.
sure. Yeah. So I would start bothering USCIS and ask them what the problem is. So the good thing is that they didn't send the green card to your old address. That's what you really want to prevent. So I would keep calling them every day, make sure
All
they
right.
have your right address, and ask them when they're going to send you the green card. That's 4 months is crazy.
Yeah, and then actually after we, like 3 days after we had our new address, I update my online portal on this new address. So I was thinking like,
Yeah,
what's
but
happening?
you got
Do
to
I need
keep.
to get worried without the physical green card?
Well, I mean, if you mean because of Trump, no, you just want to have your green card. So I would, like I said, I'd start calling them and saying,
All
"Where
right.
is my green card? What's taking so long? What is the holdup? When will I get it?"
Okay. All right.
Good luck.
Thank you, Mr. JM. Thank you
See
so
ya.
much
You
for.
got it. All right, B. Harvey, I will call you up next if you turn off your camera. In the meantime, Donna was asking why she's not seeing anybody on camera anymore. That is because we're worried about identifying information getting back to the Trump Department of Homeland Security, and we don't want to get anybody in trouble. B. Harvey, hello.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Good, good. I was at your previous show uh was 595
Okay.
and my case is N 600 application for certificate of citizenship.
Sure.
Back then in May, I was called to do my biometrics.
Okay.
And they didn't take my fingerprints. And then in September, I got a notification to produce more information of my parent, of my father,
Uh huh.
which I did. And now this morning, I got an approval case decision rendered.
Great.
They approved the N 600 application for certificate of citizenship. Mm. And I wanted to ask you, what's the next step? What should I be expecting?
Um, I think that you'll get called in for this little ceremony where they present you your certificate of citizenship. I think each field office does it a little bit differently, but usually what I've seen is that um, there's a little ceremony. It's pretty quick, and they just give you your certificate of citizenship, and off you go.
Okay, perfect.
Congratulations.
Thank you. The whole process was from March 8th, 2024 till today. Um, and they kept on updating the portal, my online portal with the information of how they were still handling my case.
That's great. Congratulations. Thanks for the call.
Thank you very much.
Bye bye. All right. Just in time. Got your citizenship right as Trump's getting ramped up. Good time to get your citizenship. Good job, B. Harvey. Let's talk to Bammy. Hi, Bammy. You're on mute, Bammy. We can't hear you.
Hi, Mr. Jim. Can you hear me?
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to find out what happens to people with withholding of removal, and after you've been granted withholding of removal, what's the next step?
People who have been granted withholding of removal have been ordered deported. There is no next step. There's nothing to do. They are being allowed to stay in the United States because of the judge's belief that while you couldn't make a valid asylum claim, there were good reasons for you not to get sent back home. And so withholding of removal is about the worst immigration status someone can have. It's no path to a green card. It's no path to citizenship. There is no next step. You're just sitting here and sort of waiting to see what happens. Would you mind telling me what country it is?
I'm sorry, can you say that again? You said what country is what now?
That you're from.
Nigeria.
Right. So how long ago did you get withholding of removal?
It was recently.
Okay. So hopefully things haven't changed, and whatever reason it was for you not safe to go back to Nigeria is still in effect. The reason I say that is because I think the Trump people are going to be revisiting a lot of countries and where we are not currently sending people back to those countries. So I think that there might be some people who have their cases reopened for possible execution of the removal order.
Okay. So there's is there a reason to be scared since Trump is back in office now?
100% for sure. I'd be very worried if I were you.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. Good luck, Yami.
Thank you.
Yeah, withholding is about the lowest level of status that you have. It's basically you have been ordered deported. We should kick you out. For some reason, we're not going to kick you out, but that's always subject to change. So if I have people who have withholding orders, I'm hopeful that there's some other way that they're going to be able to stay, perhaps by marrying a new U.S. citizen. Marco is here. Hello, Marco.
Hey, Jim, how are you?
Fantastic. How are you doing?
Yeah, first of all, thanks for all you do for the immigrant community.
Sure.
You are a good man, Jim. You're a good man. So
Thanks, brother. I appreciate
all right.
that.
So, hey, Jim, I got a quick question for you. So, I've been in a country for 24 years, and I was here for my first 5 years on my P1 visa, and then for the next 11, 12 years, I was under my O1 visa. So,
Yeah.
always pay my taxes, try my best to be a good citizen, no issues, no criminal records or anything. Along the way, wife and I, we tried to adjust our status through employment for 3 times. And the 3 times they all got denied for different reasons. I can give you more details if you want. But anyhow, so during the last Trump administration, my work visa was denied. As you always mention that, they would tie things up, right?
Yeah.
So my O1 was denied, and so we fell out of status for 3 years.
You and
We
your
have two
spouse, you and your spouse?
Yes, both of us. So she was dependent on my O visa. So I had the
Sure.
O1, she
Yep.
had the O3. So we have 2 kids, both American citizens. My son turned 21 years old back in September, which he filed the I-130 for both of us, and of course the I-485.
Great.
We both, things have been going smooth. We both got our EAD cards, so we back in status. So again, 24 years here, we are out of status for 3. We kind of like back in status right now, and we're waiting for the process to finalize our green cards, adjustment of status.
Yeah.
So my question is, Jim, do the previous denials, right, the 3 denials through employment, does that have any effect on our current adjustment of status by for or on a family-based adjustment of status? Do you think would that have any impact?
I would say no, unless they thought in any of those prior denials that you made some kind of misrepresentation. If you didn't make a misrepresentation, if it was just you didn't give us this form or you didn't have this much evidence or we don't think you're an exceptional enough person to give an employment-based green card, if it's one of those things, I think you're good to go. Obviously, you need to make sure that you need to make sure that you mention to them that you had those prior denials. But unless there was some kind of fraud finding, I think you're fine.
Yeah, awesome. Now, basically, I mean, the denials was the first denial was because well, I think it was a bad mix of a bad attorney, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, the guy, well, the company that was sponsoring me, they didn't have enough income to show that they were, you know what I mean? Like there was some issues with their taxes. So when then the second one, I already had my O1 visa. The second attorney tried to file the adjustment of status, but without going through the labor certificate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and the third one was because of the whole messy uh, COVID thing. They said that I fell out of status, because they kept sending me like wrong dates on my approvals, and
Yeah.
then they said, "Hey, you're out of status during this during this period of time," but they never specified. Anyhow, wife and I was like, you know what? We're done with that. Let's wait for our son to turn 21,
Smart.
3 years, and then let's stop spending money But
Yeah.
anyhow.
The only other thing, Marco, that I would be thinking about is, and this probably doesn't apply to you, but I always ask it or at least raise it for someone to think about when they've been in the United States for so long is no false claims to citizenship, right?
Oh, no.
Good.
No.
Perfect.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
no, not at all. So always trying our best to do the right thing, living our lives and being good citizens. But thank you very much. That's kind of like, it's a relief, it's a peace of mind because, after 3 denials, like through employment, we're like, so we always we always like fear right now, like, is this gonna go through? I mean, hopefully, things will go well in this one. But
I think
thank
you're
you,
good.
Jim.
I think you're good. The only other thing I'd say is you just said we try to be good citizens. Don't say try to be good citizens. Say we try to be good people who follow the laws. You're not
a good people.
Yep.
Thank you. That makes sense. But I think you know what I
do.
mean,
I
right?
do.
So,
I do. I'm just teasing you. Bye, Marco.
yeah,
Congrats.
bye.
Let us know when it gets approved, okay?
I will, my friend. Again,
Bye,
thanks
buddy.
again for all you do. Take care. Bye.
See ya. Gotta love the old P1 to O1 visas. Hopefully, yes, I did smirk at being a good citizen. That's what I was actually listening for. That's funny. It's hard to believe that it's snowing in Florida. I can't believe that, Rich. That's crazy. I mean, it's cold. It never gets as cold here in St. Louis. I mean, it was like 3 degrees today, and we are not North Dakota. We are not J. Cruz. We are not built for this cold weather. Oh, good. Rich is going to send me some pictures. All right. Oh, a snowman. Nice. All right. Montana Soldier. Hello. Hello. Montana Soldier. Can you hear me? All right. Let's go to Omar. Hi, Omar.
Hi, Jim. Do you hear me?
I do. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you, man. Thank you for letting me in, and thank you for everything you do for community. I have a quick question because I wanna, you have many people they wanna ask you.
Sure.
Actually, yeah, me and my wife are permanent residents since July 19th, 2020.
Okay.
So as I know, I will be able to apply for citizen like next April, 20th April, if we count the 90 days before.
Right.
I'm right?
That is correct. Now, don't do it on the exact 90th day. Wait till like 85 days.
Yeah, I will do. But my question, like, I have issue that me and my wife got a job in another state, and we have to be in the new state in the next August. So what happened? Like some people told me, okay, just to like avoid any misunderstanding with the USCIS, they think like I have to move to the new place and waiting 3 months and apply. But I said no. Why I just lost 8 or 9 months since I'm eligible to apply in this state, and I can change my address like before I move to the new state, and I will update my address with the USS. And I read some articles that they will, when I update my address, they will transfer my case to the new office. So any advice for me, because I don't, about time, about the new things is happening now. I don't like to like get stuck for something. Yeah.
So there is a rule
Mhm.
that when you apply for citizenship, you have to have lived in that district for 90 days before you file.
I already lived 8 years in the same place.
Right. So your plan is to apply while you're in city A where you live now.
Yeah.
And then you're saying that after you get it on file, then you'd like to move to city B and have city B be where you do your naturalization test and everything. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I don't know, because this is my question, because I will apply 90 days before completing 5 years, because we are coming from 5 years rule to apply for citizen. So if I apply in the like not 90 of April, I will wait 5 or 6 or 10 days extra. I have a 3 month to 4 month to move to the city B. So is that okay to apply in the city? And when I move, I will update my address with the USCIS. Do you think is a good idea?
Let's do this. Let's look at this a little bit differently, okay?
Yeah.
Let's say that you are already a citizen. When would you like to move?
August 1st. Exactly. Because we got offer, so our job will start like on August 1st. So we have to be in the new city at August 1st, the new address.
So either way, you're not moving till August.
Yeah, exactly.
And so you could either, I think you're asking me the wrong question.
Okay.
I think the right question is, Jim, will it be faster for me to apply at my current address and move the case in the middle, or would it be,
Yes.
or would it be better for me to move in August, wait 3 months, and then apply for my citizenship? That's the better question.
Yep.
And my answer is, especially with what's going on right now, I would file for citizenship at your current address on the 85 days before you move, and then let them. Moving on an N400 is not a big deal as it is with a green card, because they'll find you. It might slow it down a month, but you're going to start probably 6 months earlier, because you'd have to wait 90 days once you move to city B. So my vote is apply 85 days before your 5 years are up, and
Yeah.
then once you move, I'd file an AR-11 for you, an AR-11 for your wife, and then I would send a letter with the receipt notice for each case to USCIS and to your local field office, asking them to transfer it to the field office in city B.
Good. Sounds good. And that honestly, because you talk about North Dakota. I live in Minnesota. It's so cold, and I will move to Wisconsin. The same
Oh,
cold. Nothing changed.
yeah, you got to go to go to Texas or something.
Yeah, yeah. And last question, I don't like to bother you.
You're fine.
Yeah, yeah. About like when we decided, me and my wife, to apply like maybe online. So do you think we have to upload or submit the tax transcript when we apply for
Yeah.
N400, or
Yep.
we should just keep it with us just if we get interview? I
Well,
want to be sure.
you will.
My question, I am able to submit the tax transcript when I apply for N400 online?
Yeah, you can and you should, because that'll streamline your interview
And for 5 years.
for 5 years. Yeah.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you. Appreciate your help. Thank you,
Hi,
man.
Omar. Yep. Have
Yeah,
a good
thank
day.
you. Yeah, you as well. Thank you.
Yep. Donna wants to know when Briana is coming on the show. That'll probably be a few weeks, Donna. She's just settling in. This is her first full week, or I guess it's her second full week. But speaking of guests on the show, we're going to have a very special guest. All the OGs will appreciate this tomorrow for tomorrow's show, which is at, I think, 11:30 tomorrow. Let's see. Tomorrow? Oh, wait. No, that's no good. Is that tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, tomorrow at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock, our old guest, our old sidekick, Daniel. Robert called it. Daniel is coming back on the show. We are celebrating his 5 years of loyal service to the immigrant community. Nobody works harder to talk to immigrants at our firm than Daniel. Nobody. So I don't know if anybody remembers Daniel from back in the day, but Daniel will be here. He's excited. We're excited. It should be lots of fun. All right. Alejandra says, awesome. Robert says, my man. And Nurse Lar says, awesome. I'll tell Daniel everybody's excited. But yeah, 4 o'clock tomorrow, Daniel will be here. Kate, hello.
Hey, Jim.
Hi, Kate.
How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. So I have two questions for you.
Go for it.
One question is the question on 485 that says, are you inadmissible due to public charge? How do you answer that?
Yes. It's not what the question says. The question doesn't say, are you subject? It doesn't say, here, let's pull up the 485 so that we do it right, because I got in big trouble for this. Everyone got mad at me. I was telling people the wrong thing. All right. Where's the form? There it is. What is this crap? This is crazy. Public charge is going to be a much bigger issue back now that Trump is here. Yeah. So yes, you are subject to the public charge ground of inadmissibility. Yes. It depends on what how are you applying for your green card?
Through a spouse?
Yeah. So you have to say yes to that. Mm-hmm.
Another question is, if you are applying, you are an F1 student and the spouse is in the military.
What about that?
So you are in different states because of school. You cannot leave the school because you are an F1 student, and you cannot stay together because it's stationed somewhere else.
Uh-huh.
How does that go for the address?
Why can't you go to school where he is stationed?
You didn't find a school there.
Well, what proof do you have that you tried?
Application.
Okay. I just think they're going to give you a hard time if you're living in a different place than your spouse. Especially, are you out of status or in status?
In status.
Okay. So, we talked about this last night on the show, and I talk about it a lot. I have videos on this topic. It's always, do you have a good reason that you can document that you live apart? What efforts do you make to see each other when possible? And what's the long-term plan to be together? So how often do you see each other?
Like every month?
For like a weekend every month?
Yes.
Okay. And then what's the long-term plan? How long will it be till you're actually living together?
After a semester.
After a semester. Okay. So basically, I would use the U.S. citizen's address as the official address. I would take the position that the student address is temporary and put it on there, but I'd have an explainer saying, I'm finishing up my schooling. I will be moving in with the U.S. citizen in 6 months, and our plan is to be together from that point forward. And then when the international student is done studying, then they would notify USCIS of the address change. And then if there's an interview by then, once the international student moves, they should get a driver's license or a state ID at that address. They should start getting mail at that address. They should be added to the bank account at that address and start using that address. So if you get an interview 3 or 4 months later, you have good documentation like mail that shows that you are living together with your spouse now, even though you weren't when you filed. Does that make sense?
Yes. My other question is, if the school is starting like you're living together and move back for school and then come back.
Say that again.
So with the I-130, do you have to put the 2 addresses there?
Yeah, I think you have to if you're living apart. Yeah. But then you put an explanation. Say, my official address is my husband's address, but I'm finishing up school at XYZ University. This is my address at XYZ University, but we want this case to be processed where my husband lives because that's where I'll be living in 6 months.
Okay, thank you.
All right, great. Thanks, Kate. Cole, I just saw your note and I'd like to talk to you. I'm going to put the link in there. If you can hop in the waiting room, I will pull you up. All right. Mike is here. Hello, Mike.
Hi, sir. Do you hear me?
How you doing? Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. So I have my wife. I can say my wife. So I'm a U.S. citizen. So I applied for her, but she came from the border, and so when she applied for I-130 and I-485 at the same time, but at the time she applied for I-130 and I-485, um, she was in a removal proceeding. So the I-130 is approved like on 5 months. So after that, the I-485 didn't approve yet. So after that, so she has a meeting on appointment on court on September 8th, I think. Yeah, September 8th. So when she went there, so the judge dismissed her case, and then she called the USCIS and then to say that, and then on January 3rd, so the USCIS said they received the I-485, and then they sent a notice request for evidence, and then at the same day they sent a notice for evidence January 3rd, and then at the same January 3rd they they um they canceled it. So,
Canceled
but yeah,
what?
they canceled the RFE.
Oh, okay.
But yes, but she still received the notice by mail. So I want to understand. So if she don't willing to send those information that they was sent, or they will cancel the request for evidence.
So what did they ask for in the request for evidence, Mike?
Well, she didn't send the will. She didn't send the will medical, but she sent the uh the coronavirus stuff, and then she has also his vaccination card from his own country. But they request for medical. They request how a proof that she make lawful entry. Also, they request the affidavit of support. By the
Okay.
time she already sent, sorry, by the time she already sent the affidavit of support by document, because she has my USCIS account. She already sent that. She already sent those documents like coronavirus card and and vaccination card by document on my USCIS card account. So after we does, they say they cancel the RFE, but she still has the paper by mail. So we a little bit worried if she has to send those documents or not.
Well, the one thing you skipped over though was the issue of whether or not she has a valid entry. So what's the deal with that? How was she paroled in or what?
Well, when she came from the border, she was paroled. So I think she has a interim notice parole. She entered on 2021. She have a interim notice parole. I think, yeah.
So
She,
basically
she, yeah, she sent that also.
what you're saying is that she got a notice that there was an RFE sent online. Then she got an online notice saying the RFE was canceled. Then she received the actual RFE in the mail, but has not received a written confirmation that the RFE has been canceled, right?
Well, yes, exactly. So I think we've been called USCIS weeks ago, so we're talking about that, but because we were a little bit worried about it, so when we
Yeah.
call them, they say um, they read all those sheet notice by USCIS taken. They say on January 3rd, they USCIS start to working
I got it. I got it.
in the case. Yeah.
I
After
got it.
that,
So
yes.
I mean, this is what I would do if I were you. I would treat the RFE as if it is alive, right? I would
Yes.
treat it as if it hasn't been canceled. So if it's not too much money to get another sealed medical from the civil surgeon, and you can walk them through that she has a valid entry and walk them through or give them another affidavit of support, I would do all that.
Well, because she and the RFE, she has February 3rd to get an answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, February 3rd to get an answer. So you suggest to send them another affidavit of support, and then
If
make
it's if it's not a hardship, I would treat it as if it's a valid request for evidence and answer it accordingly. I'd pretend it was real.
oh, okay. So do you think they gonna take the Powell like a lawful entry? Also, she has a TPS. Yes, TPS. I think she has a TPS
That's
also.
good. Yeah,
Yes.
I think it'll be interesting to see if the Trump administration and USCIS continues to consider those people that were paroled in at the border. They might not have a choice, but they might try to challenge those. We just don't know yet.
Well, after that, she has nothing as a problem, but you say she got to apply for a new medical exam, right?
I would go back to the civil surgeon that did it before, and I turned off that mic just because the sound was driving me nuts. Sorry, Mike. I would go back to the civil surgeon and say, hey, I know that we already submitted the medical. I got this weird request for evidence asking for it again. Would you be willing to give me another copy without charging me an arm and a leg? That's what I'm saying. So good luck, Mike. Call us back and let us know how it is. All right. Let's see if let's go to Rajneesh. Rajneesh, hello.
Hello, Jim. Thank you so much for giving me a chance to talk to you.
Sure.
I have one question. Like, I am in H1B and my spouse is all on H4B, H4 EAD,
Yeah.
and we registered like LLC this year. And I wanted to check, like, my spouse LLC can I sponsor my visa, H1B visa?
So you're saying that you have an H1B
Mm-hmm.
and you've probably been on it for a while. There's an LCA that's been filed for you.
For my spouse name.
An I-140, an LCA for your spouse for a future green card. Is that what you're saying?
My spouse in H4 EAD.
Right.
Right. And like I registered LLC on my in the name of my spouse.
Why are you messing with this?
Because like I got like some confirmation from my current company. He said like if you join with your some company, and then it will be better for you, better beneficial for you.
Who said
Because,
that?
my company,
Why?
my yeah, because like I work for like through contractor, some other third party company, and they are taking some money.
Oh, so you're saying like sort of your wife has started her own contracting company and that you'd go to work for them and then work for the end client through your
Yes.
wife's company?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would say that's a bad I would say that's a fine idea if it's anyone but your well, I won't even say that. It's a bad idea for a couple of reasons, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Number one, you don't want to work for an H-1B that your wife owns. You don't want to work for an employer and ask for an H-1B transfer for a company that your wife owns. That's problem number one, okay?
Okay.
That's a bad idea.
Okay.
But the other bigger problem is they're not going to give an H-1B. Not only will they won't give you an H-1B because it's your wife's company. They also won't give you an H-1B because her company doesn't exist. It just started. It has no income. It has no revenue. It has no employees. It has no business plan. So they're going to think this is a total sham, that you are just cooking something up and I would encourage you, if you want to keep your immigration status intact, to not do that.
Brother. Okay. What about like new Trump administration give the like new policies like H1B can like open the like new LLC kind of things? What about that one?
Are you asking me if this becomes a better idea because Donald Trump is president? Was that the question?
I don't know, like Donald Trump and announced like a new rule kind of things. Like if anyone opened like a new LLC and open the like propriety on small
No,
business,
that's just that he just makes shit up. That has no basis in reality.
no basis, not reality. Okay, okay, got it. Thank you so much.
Okay, good luck. All right. Cole, try to get in the waiting room if you can. Otherwise, I will ask. You can come in tomorrow. Ma, hello.
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 Hi, Jim. So I have my case is I am an F1 student, but I'm currently out of the US. I left to renew my visa, and on multiple occasions, my visa has been rejected. So I have a fiance in the States, and we like, okay, since they're saying that you have immigrant intent, let's not go this non-immigrant route again. Let's do an immigrant route. So our wedding is set for the end of this month. But the main thing is we kind of concerned because I went to the States with a dependent. My son, he's still there in a case that something I need to talk about is that I have been school overseas. So I still have my active F1, my service is still active. But for this semester, because I have to be in person, so I will have to drop off the second half that starts around February, stuff like that. So my son gonna be out of status for that time being in. We concerned that since they refused my visa 3 times at the embassy because of immigrant intent, so we're thinking that if this case won't affect my immigrant since it was a non-immigrant. So there were our concern lies. And then if my son being in the States, we also his stepdad we want to do an adjustment of status, in fact, do that concurrent filing for him. So we kind of concerned about what our chances with my past refusals for non-immigrant. Is it gonna have say in the decision of my immigrant visa and stuff like that? So there were our concerns are.
Okay, so let's back up. Where are you from?
Liberia.
Liberia? Did you say Liberia or Nigeria?
Liberia.
Sorry, say it one more time. It's this. The audio is dropping.
Liberia, not Nigeria. Liberia. Yeah.
Okay, and at some point in the past, you had an F1 student visa, right?
Yes, it's the yes, I had it. It expires. I'm like, let me renew my visa
No.
because
Just listen. Listen, you got to stick with my questions because you're sort of all over the place. Okay. So, when did you first get your student visa?
2022.
All right, and so you came to the United States on your F1, and you brought your son. Hello.
Yes, I say yes.
Okay. So, when did you have a 1-year visa or a multiple year visa? What was it?
It was a 1 year visa, and my program was a 2 years because I was doing MBA.
So then sometime after the 1 year, you left the United States to go back to Liberia and you left your son in the United States. Is that right?
To renew our visa because I just wanted to do a renewal.
Why would you do that? That was crazy.
Yeah,
I would have told you this was going to happen.
I didn't know that because I thought it was just something that I could just do and yeah.
No. So, but to be clear, you left your son in America and you went back to Liberia.
Yes.
And did you leave your son with your fiance?
He with my sister
Okay.
because
Okay. And how old is your son?
my son is he's 14 now.
Okay. And so, um, when did you leave the United States?
That was last year.
So when, in 2024?
Sorry, that was December 2023.
Okay. So then you've been trying for the last year to get a new visa stamp to come back to the United States.
Yes.
How in the world is your CVIS record still intact?
Okay, so because I had to get reduced coleslaw for medical reasons. So because of that, I could still the school was able to reduce my coleslaw, and I will have to get the medical reduction. So because of that, I could.
Yeah. But
Um,
did the school or anybody notify CVIS that you were not in the United States?
I don't know, but I talked to service to check my status, and it was still active
That's not the
because
question. Then that's not. If it's still active, it's based on incorrect information.
I don't know if they notified them because they provided the information to me from the school, so they gave me all of the information that they approve it, and even when I went to the embassy, they took it there and stuff. They sent communication for me to take there as well.
Okay. How many times has the embassy refused to renew your F1 visa?
3.
3. Okay. And were you saying that on one or all of those, they thought you had immigrant intent?
Yes.
Did your son get his F2 visa at the same time you got your F1 or after you got your F1?
Same time.
Okay. So the embassy let you guys come together, but they wouldn't renew it thinking you
Yes.
had immigrant intent. Okay. So now you're saying you have some fiance in the United States who wants to file a fiance petition for you?
I-130 wanted to do the marriage.
So are you married?
My wedding is end of this month.
So he's coming to Liberia to marry you. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. And so then he'll file an I-130 for you, and then he'll file an I-130 for your son and a 485. He's a U.S. citizen, right?
Yes, he's U.S. citizen.
So he'll file one I-130 for you. You're going to consular process. That's going to take 2 or 3 years. You know that, right?
I know that.
You do or don't?
I do.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't think that as long as the embassy doesn't believe that you lied about having this boyfriend or about coming back, as long as you were completely honest with the embassy, then I don't think the repeated refusals of your F1 will hurt you on the spouse case.
Okay. Okay.
I might also get your case on file
Okay.
and the receipt notice back before your husband files for your son.
Okay. I contacted your office, and
Yeah.
I think intake call with, is it Yuan
Juan, yeah.
or something like that?
Juan Brennan, yeah. You want me to have him reach out to you tomorrow?
Yes, I have an intake call with him.
Okay, perfect. I will it's tomorrow. Your call with him is tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay, I'll let him know that you were on the show, have him watch it, and then he'll be up to speed when he talks to you tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
Thanks, Ma.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. Yep, for sure. All right. This is the Immigration Answer Show. My name is Jim Hacking. Hey, we haven't asked in a while. If you guys have a minute and could leave us a quick 5-star review, it would really help. If you could go to reviewhackinglaw.com, reviewhackinglaw.com. If you haven't left us a review and have 60 seconds and could ask us or leave us a quick review, we would really appreciate it. All right, Nina, if you turn off your camera, I will pull you up. All right.
Hello.
Here's Nina. Hi, Nina. Is it Nina or Nina?
Yes, Nina.
Hi, Nina.
Yes. Yes, I have a question for a friend of mine. She recently became a U.S. citizen, and the marriage is not going very well. So I just wanted to know so I can tell her if getting a divorce might be an issue.
So she got her citizenship based on the 3-year rule?
Yes.
And how long ago did she naturalize?
4 months ago.
In normal times, I would say this is not a problem at all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, number one, hopefully she's staying safe. Like, it's not a abusive situation, is it?
It's not.
Okay, so it's just not. I mean, you understand that the closer someone gets divorced after getting their citizenship, the more suspicious it looks, right?
Yes.
But as long as the marriage was real, I mean, how long were they? They must have been married for, a good
well,
while.
from what I know, they've been married since 2018. It was during last Trump presidency, so
yeah. It should be fine. Unless the marriage was fake, everything should be okay.
Okay. Do you recommend waiting at least 6 months or?
I wouldn't really play games with that. I would just play it straight. She's a citizen, so the idea that they're going to go back and look at her case, I think it's pretty remote.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye. Matt and Priscilla are both here. How about that? That's always fun. Let's go to quick question. Hello, quick question.
Hey, Jim, one quick question. If my parent who has a green card, can they book a ticket from Guyana to Canada with a green card, or you can only do it from cross the border from American to Canada with a green card?
Oh, I don't know anything about that.
Oh, that was the question I was hoping to get an answer for. Is there any way I could research that?
You could post it in Immigrant Home and see if somebody answers it, but I just don't know.
Okay, I appreciate it. You have a good night. Take care.
See ya.
Stay safe.
Yep, thanks. All right, let's go to Clayton. Clayton's been waiting. Hi, Clayton.
Hey, Jim. Have a question about I-751 with the change of the administration. We've had an I-751 submitted in June. My wife becomes eligible to naturalize in August. I'm just wondering, like, we've got that 4-year extension letter. Do you think everything's just going to slow down and be terrible? Number one. Number two, we submitted a 600-page packet or something for our 751. We're trying to overwhelm with evidence and maybe get it approved without an interview. Sounds like that's probably not going to happen if they're going with interviews with everything. Would you ever recommend submitting additional evidence to the online portal?
No, you got plenty. I mean, how long has the case been on file?
Since June of 24.
Yeah. So, so then in June of 25, she's going to apply for citizenship.
Correct. Yeah, that's right.
I do think things are going to be bad. I just, it's funny. I think people aren't paying attention to the right things. And I know there's some stuff that gets a lot of the headlines, like the app doesn't work anymore for people coming across the border, or Trump's going to end birthright citizenship. But I really think you got to pay attention to the other things that they're doing. And one of the things that I noticed today was that he says he's putting a hiring freeze in place, right? A hiring freeze.
Yeah.
So then they're going to start laying people off, and it'll be death by strangulation, right? So I think there's a lot they can do to slow down legal immigration without any grand declarations or things that can really be challenged in court, right? So I don't think your case 751 or even N400 is what's on their radar. What they seem to be obsessed with right now is the border, right? But at the same time, they are going to be doing things week in and week out to slow down immigration. So I don't think it's going to be terrible. I don't think you need to upload more evidence. I think both of her cases are going to be approved. It's just going to be slower.
Yeah. Okay. We're not talking like outrunning that 4-year extension letter kind of slow, are we?
No. I would think that if you apply for citizenship in June, she'll probably have her interview instead of in 6 months, in 12.
Okay. Well, that's not great, but that's
right.
We can work through that.
Awesome. Thanks, Clayton.
All right. Thanks, Jim.
Bye, buddy.
Bye.
All right. Channel Fantasy 2, if you turn off your camera, I'll pull you up. Oh, she's talking. I can't hear. So, LM, hello.
Hello, good night, Mr. Jim.
Good evening. How are you?
Good. Thank you for this educational shows for the community. I have a question for a friend of mine. She is a green card holder, but she has a son, a 35 years old son, back in her country, and her son has a disability, has a learning disability, and she helped him to get a tourist visa, and he got approved his tourist visa, and he spent the holidays here in the U.S.
Okay.
But now she wants to file for asylum for him because over there he's being mistreated because of his learning disability, and he's unable to get a job, or he's marginalized. And
That's,
also she wants to file for
that's not asylum.
okay.
Asylum is they beat him, they throw him in jail, they torture him. Being marginalized, as much as it sucks, that's not a basis for asylum.
Okay. Also, she wants to file for an I-130, but she already knows that's gonna take years.
And he
And
can't stay in the United States while that's pending.
okay. Okay. That was the question. Thank you.
Thanks, LM. See ya. All right. Let's go to Clara. Hello, Clara.
Hello.
How you
Can
doing?
you hear me?
I can. How are you?
Thank you so much. I always appreciate your work.
Awesome.
My question is, I want to know if there is a possibility that there has been a deportation order against me that I do not know. So my situation is, I came to US in 2001 from South Korea with B1, B2 visa, and after that, I did a change of status to F1, the student. And then I quit the school with medical reasons, and since then I have been undocumented until now. And now I'm going to marry my U.S. citizen boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And after the change of status, I've never applied for any immigration benefits, or I've not come in any contact with any police for more than 20 years that I've been living in U.S. I want to know if there is a deportation order against me that I do not know.
You could do a couple of things.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have an alien number?
No, no.
Okay, so you can't do that. So most likely you don't have a deportation order.
Mm-hmm.
Most likely they would have to have notified you, and you would have had a hearing and missed it. You could do a Freedom of Information Act request, but that's going to be tough because you don't have an A number.
Mm-hmm.
So
So without a number, so I do not have a number.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a still possibility that someone without a number can have a deportation order.
No, they have to give you an A number to do it. But the question is, could they give you an A number and order you deported? I mean, I think the chances of this are very, very small. And you should probably just go ahead and get started.
Oh.
I
So
think
I said I quit school. Actually, I was expelled from school with medical reasons, and I appealed, to go back to school, but they denied.
so. The school could have terminated your CVIS record, which might have resulted in a notice to appear. What year was that?
No.
What? No, you wouldn't have known. You might not have known. What year was your CVIS record terminated?
It must be around 2007.
Yeah.
2008.
Yeah. So you could do FBI background check. I mean, if you want our help with this, we could help you try to track it down. You could do a fingerprint check and then run it that way. I think the chances of somebody being ordered deported without ever having any notice or knowledge of it, it does happen. It does happen, but I think it's very, very rare. I don't think you need to worry about it.
Fingerprint? I never did a fingerprint. and I was in the U.S. in 2001. I think there was no fingerprint and anything.
Okay, well, that's all I can think of, Clara.
Okay, so very slim chance, right?
I think a slim chance. Yep.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay,
That's it.
bye. All right, everybody, that'll do it for today's show. We'll be back tomorrow, 4 p.m. Central. 4 p.m. Central, we'll be back. Congratulations, Robert, on his Ultra iWatch. I don't even know what an Ultra iWatch is, but we'll be back tomorrow, 4 p.m., and we'll have our special guest, Daniel. And I guess you guys all saw the news. Priscilla has been granted her lawful permanent resident status, so we're very happy for Matt. We're very happy for Priscilla. I'll be excited to meet you when you guys come pick up the green card. That's pretty exciting. Hope you all have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow. Congrats, guys. Big up to all the Yardies. See you guys.